The Bucs saying, quote, I think we needed a kick in the bleep a little bit. We all know Tom Brady already has more Super Bowls and MVPs than Rodgers, but now Rodgers also dropped to 1-2 in his career as a starter head-to-head against TB12. So, Shannon, how much did Sunday's loss at Tampa tarnish Aaron Rodgers and that legacy?
Nothing. Did absolutely nothing. It's a Week 6 matchup. They don't very rarely. This is only the third meeting between the two guys, Skip. And Aaron Rodgers has been in the league, 14 years now? Tom Brady's been in the league 21 years. So this is only the third meeting in that length of time. So in a Week 6 matchup, this does nothing. This does nothing. For me, I guess people just want to forget that through the first 4 games, Aaron Rodgers was averaging over 300 yards passing. He had thrown 13 touchdowns with 0 interceptions. So now he has 2 interceptions and 13 touchdowns. Nah, Skip. This does absolutely nothing. Tom Brady won the game. The Bucs won the game, propelled by awesome, ferocious defense. But to say that this game had an impact on Aaron Rodgers' legacy, I don't see how. I don't see this at a I don't see regular season matchups as impacting legacy, because they say playoffs and championships games are what. Now, if he had beaten, Rodgers in the playoffs 2 or 3 times, okay, maybe we can say that. But in a regular season game, only the third meeting in a Week 6 matchup, this has absolutely no impact on Aaron Rodgers' legacy.
Says you. You love him, you believe in him, almost as much as you blindly protect LeBron James.
So the 2 losses that Tom Brady has to Nicky Foles impacts his legacy.
One did.
No. He just beat him 2 weeks ago. So are you telling me Nicky Foles has impacted Tom Brady's legacy? I want to hear it. Dum-dum-dum.
Was that a clash of first ballot Hall of Famers? No. You have little to no respect for Nicky Foles.
Hold on.
Magic man.
You mean to tell me a giant, that's what you said he beat the great GOAT? When? How?
I'll deal with that in a moment.
Okay.
First, I'm going to answer this question. What happened Sunday at Tampa was that on America's Game of the Week, live coast to coast on Fox, Aaron Rodgers got exposed for what he is and what he is not.
Oh, my God.
He is the LeBron James of the National Football League. I've been saying that for years, because he is not the mentally toughest competitor.
Oh.
He is the flip side of Tom Brady. Aaron Rodgers is the GOAT only of style points and cool points and highlight show throws. I'll give you all those, because that's what he is. That's what you love the most about him. Greatest thrower of the football ever.
He is.
And he can make a throw or two a game where you say, "Phew, that was something." He made a throw to the real MVP of the team, Aaron Jones, on 3rd and 10 early in that game on the first possession of the game, where he's moving a little to his right and hit Aaron Jones. And I said, that was a sweet throw. That was a tough one. It was a nice catch, and it was a big conversion, because it looked like they were going to have to go 3 and out and punt it to Brady to start the game. And then you know what happened. He started to take over the game, and all of a sudden he is front running, and he is cool pointing it, and he's doing this, and he's doing this. And finally he gets to key and peel it in the end zone.
Yeah,
right?
he gets
McCringleberry, if we could see him. Yeah, do we have that? I'm not sure. Yeah, we got it. We got to see it one more time.
And what? That three is unsportsmanlike conduct. You get a flag for 3. He started it too.
We got a flag.
I love that guy.
And that was the end of Aaron Rodgers as you knew and loved him. Because just moments later, if we could see this, he makes the mistake of trying to throw an out route into the wind, and Jamel Dean jumped all over it, and in a shock to most everybody watching, including me, he housed it. Pick 6. And I think Aaron Rodgers might have been the most shocked man in the house, and up in his palatial state up in Bel Air, Shannon Sharpe was on the floor on that one. What just hit me?
I couldn't believe it.
And then literally a play later, he throws another one that's tipped up in the middle of the field and off Devontae's fingertips, and all of a sudden, it's almost a second house job. It almost turned into a second pick 6, Is somebody going to stop him? And somebody finally stopped him. Yep. And that was the end of Aaron Rodgers. He unraveled. He came unglued. He turned into Kirk Cousins from there on in ways I have never seen Tom Brady fold.
Yes, you did. You watched it last year in the playoffs against Tennessee.
No, I have not ever seen that. I saw Tom Brady throw a pick six in a Super Bowl game against the Atlanta Falcons and fall behind 28-3, and you know the rest of the historical story because they came all the way back to win.
Remember in 2014, the Arrowhead Massacre? You didn't see Tom Brady fall apart on that Monday night game? You watched that. You watched that, remember?
I saw the defense fall apart.
No. Hold on. Whoa. And you had the people asking questions. Coach Belichick, are you thinking about benching Tom Brady? Wasn't that the questions?
And I wrote a whole column for ESPN.com. You can look it up.
Okay.
It ran that week. I said, Tom Brady will go win the Super Bowl now, and he did.
Okay, but I'm just saying.
It was on to Cincinnati, remember?
Yes, on to Cincinnati.
Yeah. Okay. It's hard for you to have any connection with Tom Brady because he is not cool off the field. Some people think he dresses cool, but acting, he doesn't act the part.
I definitely
right?
like the way he dressed.
Okay, he does have a model wife, obviously, but he gets a little nerdy, a little cliched, a little lame on social media.
You saw him yesterday. Oh, yeah, guys, big win yesterday. There's a big win, and, we're going to keep it rolling. I was like, oh, my goodness, click.
Okay, all he's done is win 6 Super Bowls with 6 game-winning drives in the fourth quarter overtime. Extraordinary. He doesn't get nearly enough credit for that because he has incredible clutch toughness. I'm talking about mental toughness, where he will fight you to the death. That's who he is, and that's who Aaron is not. Because in a huge national matchup of Titans, of the quarterback Titans, you know, this is a titanic clash of 0 ballot Hall of Famers. Aaron just spit the bit after that. Okay. He came completely unglued in ways that I've never seen Tom just be flustered and give it up. He scored no points in the last 3 quarters.
We have seen that. We saw it in the playoff game against the Tennessee Titans last year, that he spit the bit and he looked awful. So let me ask you a question. You have little to no respect for this guy, and you say the guy closed his eyes and he threw a pass, and he's been terrible. He led the league in interceptions. Eli Manning. So Eli Manning affected Tom Brady's legacy. Is that what you're telling me?
Well, Bill Belichick.
No, you see what you did, Skip? You talk about Bill Belichick. Why is it that everybody else can... Why is it that Tom Brady legacy doesn't get impacted by other guys beating him? It's always Coach Belichick's fault. Okay.
Tom Brady in the first Eli Super Bowl did what he always does in fourth quarters. He led a 75-yard, 12-play drive to hit Randy Moss for the winning touchdown pass to put them ahead 14-10 with 2 minutes left.
Skip.
And then what happened?
Skip, hold on.
Do you realize Eli went 83 yards in 12 plays against Belichick's vaunted defense?
Wait a minute. You averaged 37 points a game in the regular season. Tom Brady was the first unanimous MVP, threw 50 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, and all you got me is 14 points. Coach Belichick... And would you remember
time out. If you give Bill Belichick a 4-point lead with 2 minutes left, so field goal doesn't matter, not going to get you, not going to beat you, shouldn't he close that deal?
Coach Belichick...
Didn't Tom Brady do enough? Didn't he score enough points to win that game?
Yep. I want you to do what you've been doing all season long. Ring up 37. That's what you had done all... You remember he threw 5 touchdowns in 1 quarter against the Tennessee Titans in the snow? And they kept him in the ball game, kept him pouring it on. That guy won 59-0. And Tom Brady was still throwing the ball late in the ball game. I want that Tom Brady. That's the one we wanted against little Eli. Peyton baby brother did that to him.
And then Bill Belichick cost Tom Brady another Super Bowl.
My
so he should have 8 because all Tom did against the Phillies, the Eagles had the top 5 defense that year. He just threw for a playoff record, all-time playoff record, 505 yards, and Belichick gave up to Nicky Foles, as you call him, 41 points. While Malcolm Butler was mysteriously benched for the whole game. It felt a little sabotage.
What about that first Super Bowl when Coach Belichick held the greatest show on turf?
He did.
With the offensive MVP, the MVP of the league, Kurt Warner, Marshall Faulk, Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce, Ozzie Hakeem, held all of those guys.
Belichick's greatest day. That was his greatest defensive performance
Ricky Proles, and I think Ozzie Hakeem had already left by then.
Ricky Prohl, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
But so what about
it was his greatest day, but in the end, who led the game-winning drive with 5 completions?
Who threw that incomplete pass to Wes Welker? That would have iced the game. You say he the most clutch guy, all these game-winning drives, and he can't even hit little old Wes.
Should Wes have caught the football?
No, he shouldn't have.
Yes, he should have. Shannon Sharp knows in his heart of hearts it was highly catchable. It was a little high and outside. I give you that.
Why was that high and outside?
He is human.
Oh, he's human now.
He misses occasional passes.
I didn't know Tom Brady was human.
Well, I do know that Aaron is very human because there have been big reports, explosive bombshell stories about his lack of leadership, how he can be a finger-pointing blame deflector.
Kind of like Tom Brady was yelling on the sideline and then the lineman
Did it work?
Did it work? That's a bit weak.
That new team needed to have Tom Brady impose his Patriot will on it, and he did. He did.
So let me ask you a question. Which offensive lineman or which wide receiver yelled when he was throwing them pick sixes in his face? What are you doing, Tom? Throw it to us, not them. Which one did that?
Well, did he come back and win the game against the Chargers?
No.
Down 24-7. Would Aaron have folded like a cheap suit?
Kind of like your guy against Nick Foles. Just the previous week, Nick Foles, I mean, that's Nicky. Little darling Nicky. Did that to your guy. The guy that got 6 Super Bowls with 6 game-winning drives. So, in other words, what you're telling me, Nick Foles and Eli Manning has impacted Tom Brady's legacy. So now we got to look at them. Because where are we putting Eli and Nick Foles in the pantheon of great quarterbacks? Because where are we ranking Eli in the pantheon? Where is Nick Foles? Those guys beat Tom Brady?